Hello, my name is Caitlin Hirsch. This presentation will focus on applying the theory of planned behavior to a campaign intended to promote condom use. For this case study, I am answering question 4, which states to describe how the condom use promotion program aligns or does not align with at least 4 of the major constructs of the theory of planned behavior. Go beyond the specific determinants that the program planners assessed and look carefully at what they did in the programs themselves. Does the program fit better with this theory or with another theory discussed during class lectures? With both of them or with neither? Justify your answer. What are the issues/weaknesses with the intervention and how would you do it differently? First, let's look at the theory of planned behavior and its history. The theory of planned behavior was developed to better understand the relationship between attitudes, intentions, and behavior. Specifically, it can be used to better understand and predict health behaviors. While it is similar to the health belief model, the theory of planned behavior recognizes that behavior and decisions around health problems are not only influenced by one's decision making and cognitive process, but also by others and social norms. As such, the theory of planned behavior asserts that behavior is a function of intentions regarding that behavior. That intention is directly driven by 3 main constructs: a person's attitude towards the behavior, the subjective norms regarding the behavior, and perceived control concerning the behavior. Those 3 determinants are then further broken down into their own determinants, which are referred to as salient beliefs. Now let's further explore these 4 concepts, starting with behavioral intention. Behavioral intention assesses the perceived likelihood of performing the behavior. It asks, are you likely or unlikely to perform the behavior? Attitude refers to the degree to which a person has a favor or unfavorable evaluation of the behavior. It asks, do you see the behavior as good, neutral, or bad? It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: behavioral beliefs and evaluation of behavioral outcome. Subjective norms refers to the belief about whether most people approve or disapprove of the behavior. It asks, do you agree or disagree that most people approve of or disapprove of the behavior? It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: normative beliefs and motivation to comply. Perceived behavioral control refers to a person's perception about whether he or she has and can exercise control over performing the behavior. It asks, do you believe performing the behavior is up to you or not up to you? It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: control beliefs and perceived power. The Condom Use Promotion Program was developed and implemented to address the HIV problem in India, which constitutes approximately 10% of the world's HIV cases. While there are many factors that contribute to the spread of HIV, the primary mode of HIV transmission is heterosexual commercial sex. In fact, one statistic states that only 62% of male clients of female sex workers report using condoms consistently. Therefore, the goal of this case study was to reduce HIV incidence by promoting consistent condom use among occasional and fairly regular condom users. The target population was male clients of female sex workers in 100 high-priority towns in southern India. The primary aims of the program were to increase access to condoms and increase positive beliefs about condoms. As previously stated, behavioral intention is the perceived likelihood of performing behavior, and it is thought to be the best predictor of actual behavior. Behavioral intention is measured according to 4 components: action, target, context, and time. The Condom Use Promotion Program adequately aligned with the construct of behavioral intention. For example, action was defined as an increase in condom use and therefore reduced risk of HIV. The target was defined as male clients of sex workers. For context, the campaign was implemented in towns of high priority, specifically in neighborhoods that are known for commercial sex. As the program aimed to increase consistent condom use, the defined time was during every sexual encounter. As previously stated, attitude refers to the degree to which a person has a favorable or unfavorable evaluation of the behavior, such as a person's negative and positive feelings towards performing a behavior. It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: behavioral beliefs and evaluation of behavioral outcome. Behavioral beliefs are the beliefs about the consequences of carrying out the behavior and perceptions of the efficacy of the behavior, while evaluation of behavioral outcome is the value placed on these consequences. During message development, researchers conducted focus group discussions among representatives of the target population to identify and evaluate perceptions and beliefs regarding using or not using condoms consistently. A questionnaire was then used to correlate these factors with consistent condom use. Examples included the belief that condoms can prevent AIDS and the perceived severity of HIV. Both of these variables were strongly associated with consistent condom use. Further evaluation yielded the identification of 4 behavioral beliefs that were held by consistent condom users. The 4 beliefs were: 1. Condoms won't burst if used correctly. 2. Condoms won't slip off if used correctly, therefore there is no need to worry. 3. No matter what choices you make, you always need a condom in commercial sex. And 4. No matter which sex worker you choose, you always need a condom. As previously stated, the concept of subjective norms refers to the belief about whether most people approve of or disapprove of the behavior. It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: normative beliefs and motivation to comply. Normative beliefs ask, what do I think people I know think I should do? In other words, it is the perceived behavioral expectations of people who are important to the person, such as the person's spouse, family, friends, coworkers, etc. Motivation to comply is the extent to which a person is motivated to adhere to the perceived opinions of others. Essentially, it asks, how important is it to me to do what others think I should do? Researchers first evaluated the perception of social norms and social consequences as potential determinants affecting the behavior of consistent condom users and non-consistent condom users. However, this yielded no statistical significant difference, and as a result, the program did not select social norms as one of the determinants of behavior. On the other hand, the program did not directly evaluate motivation to comply. However, during the implementation phase of the study, the 4 belief messages about condom use described previously were disseminated using interpersonal communication, including street plays, one-on-one and group discussions, and small group activities such as games and condom demonstrations. This could be thought of as setting expectations of proper behavior. Later evaluation demonstrated that exposure to ease activity did in fact correlate with increased consistent condom use. As previously stated, perceived behavioral control refers to a person's perception about whether he or she has and can exercise control over performing the behavior. It asks, do you believe performing the behavior is up to you or not up to you? It is determined by 2 salient beliefs: control beliefs and perceived power. Control beliefs are the perceived likelihood of each facilitating or constraining condition. In other words, the perceived presence of factors that may facilitate or hinder performance of the behavior. Perceived power is the perceived effect of each condition in making behavioral performance difficult or easy. This essentially means the beliefs about the power of situational and internal factors to inhibit or facilitate the performing of the behavior. The program addressed this concept through the evaluation of self-efficacy. As mentioned during prior slides, during message development, researchers conducted focus group discussions among representatives of the target population to identify and evaluate perceptions and beliefs for using or not using condoms consistently. A questionnaire was then used to correlate these factors with consistent condom use. One of the beliefs evaluated was self-efficacy. In this case, the self-confidence needed to buy and use condoms. Participants were asked whether they agree with a series of statements, such as, I can buy a condom from any shop without any fear of embarrassment, and I will not be embarrassed or scared to carry a condom in my pocket throughout the day. However, researchers determined that there was no statistical significance amongst consistent condom users and inconsistent condom users. As a result, the program did not select self-efficacy as one of the determinants of behavior. Overall, the promotion program aligned with most constructs of the theory of planned behavior. It also somewhat aligned with the health belief model. For example, the campaign took into consideration the perceived severity of contracting HIV and the perceived benefits of consistently using condoms. However, as previously stated, this model does not account for the effects of social norms. There are several weaknesses of using the theory of planned behavior. The theory primarily focuses on the individual and his beliefs, and there was little to no consideration of the social and community factors, specifically the function of social support, which the program identified as being strongly associated with consistent condom use. There was also no evaluation of the concept of motivation to comply. If I were to suggest improvements for similar future programs, I would encourage that there be more emphasis on social and community factors. There should also be an evaluation of participants' motivation to comply. Furthermore, there should be an evaluation of the health disparities that might hinder participants' access to condoms, such as economic stability, education, and healthcare system. And that is the conclusion of this presentation. Thank you for listening.